Starting up this countdown at number 10, luxury cars and private jets. According to AutoBiz, Markle cruises around town in a $122,000 Range Rover Vogue, a $45,000 Lincoln MKC, a $500,000 Mercedes-Benz S-Class, an $80,000 Cadillac Escalade, a $30,000 Toyota Camry, and a $75,000 Lexus LS. She's also been spotted by British media in a Jaguar E-Type and multiple Audis, with Harry in the driver's seat. The couple also uses a $6.5 million Cessna 680 Citation Sovereign plane, private jet, an asset that sparks heavy criticism of the two climate change activists. It's fitted with stunning interiors, leather seats, executive desks, and spacious bathrooms. It's unknown, however, whether they bought the aircraft for themselves or if they just hire it on occasion. But regardless, that's still a lot of money. Meanwhile, some celebrities fly commercial because they care about the planet. Number 9, education. Meghan Markle attended Immaculate Heart High School in Los Angeles, which costs over $17,000 per year to attend. Markle had later graduated from the all-girls Catholic school in 1999. Now, this may seem crazy, but the royal family reportedly spends around the same amount in schooling, so maybe that's why she fits in so well. Although nowadays she doesn't really. Prince George, the 9-year-old son of Prince William and Princess Catherine, started attending Thomas's Battersea School in London in September 2017. Tuition and fees totaled over $7,000 per term for students aged 4 to 7, and there are 3 terms per calendar year. The price, however, decreases for each subsequent child enrolled concurrently per family, so Princess Charlotte and Princess Louis' tuition will cost not as much, but will probably still be quite a bit. George and his siblings then began attending Lambrook, an independent preparatory school, in September 2022, and tuition ranges from $5,000 to $9,000 per term depending on the student's year in school. Number 8, holiday decor. Her husband, Prince Harry, isn't content to let staff do all the holiday decorating for his Nottingham cottage home. In December 2016, the royal was spotted buying an approximately $4,000 Nordmann fir Christmas tree from Pines and Needles in South London's Battersea Park with Meghan Markle. The Daily Mirror reported the prince paid for the tree with a credit card. Markle also reportedly happily accepted a bunch of mistletoe with her purchase, while the prince wasn't keen on it. Seemingly in the holiday spirit, staffers told the publication the happy, low-key couple was friendly and largely slipped under the radar. Number 7, clothing. A royal fashion blog found that Markle came out on top with a mind-boggling $500,000 spent on her wardrobe just that year, 5 times more than Kate Middleton, according to textile market intelligence platform Yards and Fibers. However, the report did factor in a pricey jewelry piece, which has been speculated to be a gift from Prince Charles, but remains unconfirmed by the palace. Typically, gifts aren't included. The ranking was also only based on clothing pieces that could be identified, of course. Though Markle is known to flaunt H&M and J.Crew on occasion, she's also been spotted in a $3,500 Oscar de la Renta gown, a $4,700 Armani dress for her Oprah interview, an $18,000 Givenchy dress, and a $75,000 Ralph and Russo gown for her engagement pics with Prince Harry, per Insider. And if you thought that was expensive, there's also the $157,000 Stella McCartney silk crepe dress worn at a wedding reception, and $265,000 Givenchy wedding gown. Number 6, staff. Up until March 31st, 2022, Queen Elizabeth's payroll expenses totaled nearly $24 million, on top of other staff costs of $3.8 million, according to the Sovereign Grant and Sovereign Grant Reserve Financial Summary. Doing one's own grocery shopping, cleaning, and laundry is decidedly unroyal, so Prince William and Kate have a little help. It's unknown who's currently assisting the family, but in May 2017, The Sun reported that housekeeper had recently quit her roughly $46,000 per year job because it was too demanding. And of course, Meghan doesn't need as much staff as the Queen did, so she probably doesn't spend that much, but it's estimated that she does spend around $1 million per year on staff costs. And as just one of Kate's staff members quit because she was too demanding, Meghan's staff also have a lot to say about her. Meghan has been called a narcissistic sociopath who played her former advisors. It was like working for a couple of teenagers, according to the reported words by their highly regarded private secretary who had been recommended by the Queen after years of loyal service. And Meghan's behavior had apparently been difficult and demanding from the start. Number 5, jewelry and watches. At her wedding to Prince Harry, Markle wore a $155,000 Cartier bracelet from the Reflection line, and $68,000 earrings after the ceremony per Hello. Markle also sported Lorraine Schwartz earrings worth $40,000, and an eternity ring costing $62,000, according to the Richest. But her most expensive piece of bling has got to be her $350,000 engagement ring from Cleveland Company, though she's also worn priceless heirlooms once worn by Princess Diana, Queen Elizabeth, and Queen Mary. Markle's $5,800 Cartier tank franchise seems to be her watch of choice, and she's been sporting it ever since she became a royal. She told Hello in 2015 that she, quote, totally splurged on the two-tone variation after starring in Suits. But what about her gold Cartier tank? It's rumored that the striking heirloom once belonged to Princess Diana, per Vanity Fair, and may have been passed down to Markle after she met Prince Harry. Number 4. Renovations. $3 million was reportedly spent renovating the 10-bedroom manor home, Frogmore Cottage, which I mentioned earlier where they bought their crazy expensive Christmas tree that Meghan Markle and Prince Harry share with their children. The couple moved to Frogmore Cottage in Windsor back in March 2019. The property, which was previously used as royal staff headquarters, required the renovation of, quote, 5 residential units in poor condition, according to the report. Number 3. Everyday life. Okay, so what about everyday necessities? According to news.com.au, the couple are estimated to spend up to $1.2 million a month beyond the designer clothes and bling. Other expenses include a $200,000 baby shower, which Serena Williams kindly paid for, $11,000 on acupuncture and numerology during her pregnancy, a $43,000 baby moon, possibly up to $59,000 a year on nannies, and of course holidays, as per Insider. Markle's favorite wine, Tignanello, costs $130 a bottle. And let's not forget about the couple's membership at Santa Barbara Polo and Racquet Club, which costs nearly $10,000 a month per closer. Splurges aside, the couple does commit an admirable amount of time and money donated to noteworthy charities too. In addition, the Sussexes are estimated to spend $4.5 million annually to sustain their lavish lifestyle. They propose that their security would be costing the couple more than $4.5 million annually. This, along with other expenses such as their mortgage, is estimated to add up to over $6 million annually. Number 2. Bags. She may keep Harry as permanent arm candy, but the Duchess of Sussex is also known to boast a serious collection of luxury handbags. She's donned a $4,900 Dior Lady Delight, a $985 Gucci Dionysus, many Strathberries including the $770 Mindy Tote, a $920 Bottega Veneta wallet, a $780 Mulberry Darley, and Victoria Beckham powder box bag worth $620 per Hello, and the list goes on and on. Now coming in at number 1, mansions. After the Lovebirds announced their exit from the royal life in 2020, they moved into a $14.7 million Montecito mansion in Santa Barbara, California, swapping British royals for neighbors like Tom Cruise and Ellen DeGeneres. The 18,000 square foot 9-bedroom property features a cinema, office, spa, arcade, library, wine cellar, and everything you can imagine for a Hollywood home, according to 8 Days. They lived there with their children Archie Harrison and Lilibet Diana. Before the big move, they called Britain's Frogmore Cottage home. The historical countryside abode has been a royal residence since 1792, and the Duke and Duchess dropped around $3 million on taxpayers' money for renovations before they stepped down from the royal duties per Hello. People often love to jump to the conclusion that Meghan is using everyone she can, but is it true? I'm your host Michaela, and today I'm going to talk about the top 10 times that Meghan Markle used Prince Harry for his status. And make sure to like, comment, and subscribe because it really helps us out. But now let's get started. Number 10, used him to get to the top. Morning show host Piers Morgan has been one of Meghan's fiercest critics, claiming she dumped him as a friend when she started dating Harry, though I think he might be confusing the word acquaintance with friend. Anywho, when the couple stepped down in January, Piers said that Meghan used Harry to get to the top, and tweeted, "People say I'm too critical of Meghan Markle, but she ditched her family, ditched her dad, ditched most of her old friends, split Harry from William and has now split him from the royal family. I rest my case." He also called the couple a pair of repulsive, deluded, narcissistic tools. Imagine announcing this in the middle of a global pandemic. Imagine thinking anyone cares about their hurt little me egos as health workers around the world are dying at work. What a pair of repulsive, deluded, narcissistic tools, he tweeted. Morgan had also banned conversation about Meghan and Harry on Good Morning Britain after they announced there would be no further corroboration and zero engagement between them and the 4 UK tabloids, The Sun, The Daily Mail, The Mirror, and The Express. Let's not talk about Meghan and Harry today. I can't be arsed. Let's just forget about them, Morgan said on the show. Number 9, faking being in love. Australian feminist Germaine Greer doesn't know Meghan, but that didn't stop her from telling 60 Minutes that she thinks Meghan isn't actually in love with Harry, but is just using him to catapult herself into wider fame. "All I can think is she'd better be in love," Greer said. "If she's been faking it all this time, oh boy, what misery." She also claimed that the Megxit was part of Meghan's plan to manipulate the royal prince and use his name as a ladder to become more well-known in the entertainment industry. According to Greer, the luxurious $32 million royal wedding on May 19, 2018 started the show, and the supposed romantic wedlock turned into show business in disguise. The feminist added the fact that although Meghan became a duchess, she still did not give up the opportunities outside of the royal palace, only proving that Meghan's life only revolved around show business. The whole point about showbiz, it's not real, it won't sustain you, she suggested. Number 8. Gold digger. When Meghan and Harry announced their foundation's name and details, according to the Daily Mail, they hadn't yet finalized registering for their website and someone else snapped it up. And that person did something terrible to it. Speaking to the Telegraph, the Sussexes shared a few details about the foundation. Before Sussex Royal came the idea of arch, the Greek word meaning a source of action. They told the newspaper, "We connected to this concept for the charitable organization we hope to build one day, and it became the inspiration for our son's name." Some hacker took the opportunity to register archwellfoundation.com and redirect it to a YouTube video of Kanye West's gold digger video. An obvious insult to Meghan. Of course, now it's fixed, but it's kind of sad that someone would take something that's focusing on positive change and turn it into an embarrassing joke. Number 7. A ruthless social climber. Piers' first scathing attack on Meghan came in December 2018, months after praising her and her humanitarian work. He basically said that Meghan married for the fame. Meghan Markle is a ruthless social climber actress who has landed the role of her life and is determined to milk it for all she can, and that's why the palace is beginning to turn on her. Since then, Piers has only escalated his attacks, but I think maybe he's just butthurt that she didn't pick him. Meghan and Piers messaged for a while, and when Meghan visited the UK to watch Serena Williams at Wimbledon, they met for a drink. Piers later revealed, "We had 2 hours in the pub, she had a couple of dirty martinis and pints. We got on brilliantly. Then I put her in her cab and it turns out it was the cab that took her to a party where she met Prince Harry. The next night, they had a solo dinner and that was the last I ever heard from Meghan Markle. I never heard from her again. Meghan Markle ghosted me." Piers said he was ditched like a sack of spuds. Yup, sounds like someone who's a little butthurt. Number 6. Will blindside Harry with a divorce. As far as her critics are concerned, now that Meghan and Harry are out as senior working royals, the next natural step is for Meghan to divorce Harry, since supposedly he would have outlasted his usefulness. He might be a prince, but he's inexperienced at the ways of the real world. His head must be spinning at how fast he went from a castle to Canada to the middle of LA. And the worry is she might blindside him with a divorce, and he would lose everything, including his money and possibly even Archie. A palace source supposedly told Women's Day Australia. Wednesday Australia, April 13th, 2020 issue also suggested that Prince Harry may not experience a happy ending after all. Meghan's alleged real scheming begins. Number 5. Out of money. Plenty of networks around the world aired Meghan and Harry's engagement interview. When Britain's Sky News streamed it live, the comments from viewers started rolling in, and not all of them wished the couple well. In fact, among the congratulations and the racist trolling and the accusations that Meghan was acting during the interview were plenty of jabs accusing Meghan of being in it for the money. She's seeing British pound signs, one commenter wrote. She won the lottery, wrote another. When she collects that money, she won't give a crap anymore. Number 4. Played Harry. Meghan is apparently such an evil mastermind that she's been planning to be a part of the royal family since childhood. So said Meghan's former friend, Nanaki Pretty, who sold the Daily Mail a trove of pictures of Meghan, including one where 15-year-old Meghan and her friend posed in front of Buckingham Palace. "I'm not shocked at all," she told the tabloid about the wedding. "It's like she's been playing this all her life. She gets exactly what she wants and Harry has fallen for her play. She was always fascinated by the royal family. She wants to be Princess Diana 2.0. She will play her role ably, but my advice to him is to tread cautiously." They met at age 2 at a prestigious kindergarten in Hollywood and became inseparable. "We were sisters, everyone knew that. We would be hand in hand everywhere." Meghan's father Thomas was a lighting director on popular US TV shows such as Married with Children and General Hospital. From an early age, Meghan visited those sets and decided fame suited her, Miss Pretty said, laying the foundations for Princess Pushy as she later became known. Number 3. Out to commercialize the royals. Meghan's critics love to emphasize over and over that she was a nobody before marrying Harry, a not-so-subtle way of interjecting classist and racist overtones as to why she doesn't belong in the royal family. Never mind that Meghan was a self-made millionaire who did charitable work before Harry, something that another royal bride, Kate Middleton, cannot claim. So author Tom Bower went on British TV and said that Meghan had no status outside of the royal family, and marrying Harry had enabled her to commercialize her royal ties. Number 2. Wants to be president. According to a book by Lady Colin Campbell, Markle, who has made an entire career out of writing about the royals, Meghan used her marriage to Harry to position herself to be president of the US someday. I know the Duchess of Sussex has political ambitions, and I've been told that one day she wants to run for president, she told the Mail Online. I think everything she is doing, leaving the royal family and moving back to California, is part of her plan, and she has taken Harry along with her. Now coming in at number 1, isolated Harry from his family. A magazine or tabloid can just whip something out whenever they need a story, and boom, a rumor is born. Here's one from Women's Day, in which a palace source supposedly said that Meghan orchestrated the move to LA to live that Hollywood celeb life, exploiting not just Harry but also Archie. You can't tell me that this wasn't her plan all along, to bring her boys to America so she could live the celebrity life she'd always dreamed of. It all makes sense now why she was so uninterested in getting a British visa, and was dead against giving Archie a royal title. The royal family is crazy rich, which shouldn't be a surprise, but today I'm going to tell you which ones are the richest. I'm your host Michaela, and today I'll be telling you the top 10 of the highest paid royal family members, and make sure to subscribe because it really helps us out. But now let's get started. Number 10, Kate Middleton, Sophie Wessex, and Prince Edward. Despite being one of the most famous British royals, Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge, ranks comparatively low on the list when it comes to her bank balance. Also hailing from a noble family, she's still not doing badly with $10 million. According to Cosmopolitan, her parents' party planning business is worth over $36 million, and her great-great-grandfather apparently set up a 7-figure trust fund for his descendants, which set the Middletons up nicely. Oh, and let's not forget she also wore the most expensive royal wedding dress to date, which cost a whopping $332,000, and it was designed by Alexander McQueen. Prince Edward and his wife Sophie Wessex are also worth $10 million each. Edward was very active in the theater and TV production industry, even owning his own company, before giving it up in 2002 to pursue his royal duties full-time. Sophie, Countess of Wessex, also attends official royal events. Number 9, Prince Philip. Prince Philip was born penniless on a Corfu kitchen table and slept in an orange box. When he married the Queen in 1947, the Duke of Edinburgh's naval income was just $10 a week. In 1969, he also went on to US television to plead poverty for the royals, saying they might have to sell a polo pony or two. Then just before his passing, more than 70 years later, he received over $500,000 a year from the Sovereign Grant, a rise that far surpasses wage inflation for the rest of us, even though he no longer carried out any duties. Nonetheless, a palace insider had revealed it, quote, wasn't enough, and that the Queen had to supplement it. Quite how he had managed to amass over $28 million is a mystery, although the fact he didn't pay for much probably helped. A pattern set back as far as 1956, when an extended trip on the royal yacht Britannia cost the public purse $2 million. Number 8, Lady Amelia Windsor. Lady Amelia Windsor is not that well known stateside, but she's one of the most popular members of the royal family and the 36th in line to inherit the throne in Britain. Her paternal grandfather, Prince Edward, Duke of Kent, is the first cousin of Queen Elizabeth. She was a model who was deemed by Tatler to be the most beautiful royal, and her Instagram gives an insight to the life of a royal we wouldn't normally see. She also makes an estimated $1 million a year through brand deals and collaborations, so she's getting there. Number 7, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. Apparently being a youngster in the royal monarch comes with some pretty big bucks. Prince George is estimated at a net worth of $3 billion, and Prince Louis is estimated between $70 million and $125 million. Princess Charlotte, however, takes the cake from the entire family with a whopping $5 billion. The reason for Charlotte's incredibly high value is in large part due to her fashion influence, taking off closely after her mother. The stylish tot has eyes on her style all over the nation, deemed as the Charlotte effect, a yellow pastel patterned cardigan worn by the princess from a popular British department store sold out in 24 hours. Regardless, their substantial value doesn't mean the royal children can go around flashing their Amex cards wherever they want. Since the royal children haven't physically received inheritances or even worked a day in their life, their net worths are calculated by the value to the UK economy, because they believe the children have the potential to drive billions in sales. Therefore, their net worths have been determined as so. Number 6, Camilla, Queen Consort. The Queen Consort is rumored to have a net worth of around $5 million. Before marrying Andrew Parker Bowles in 1973, Camilla worked as a secretary for a variety of firms in London's West End, and as a receptionist at the decorating firm Sybil Colfax and John Fowler, though she likely didn't make her millions there. Her wealth is generated through various endeavors, including real estate holdings, as well as a strip end from the Duchy of Cornwall, much like other royals on this list. Number 5, Princess Diana. Lady Diana already came from an upper-class background closely tied to the British royal family when she met and married Prince Charles. However, she was of course best known for her philanthropic and advocacy work before her untimely passing in 1997. Her net worth up to that point stemmed from her work as a royal while married to Charles, and later $22.5 million from the divorce settlement, per the New York Times. She also reportedly left the cash she had to her two sons, Harry and William, as hinted at in Meghan and Harry's Oprah interview. Number 4. Princess Eugenie. Unlike her cousins, Princess Eugenie isn't a working royal, so she isn't supported by the Sovereign Grant, which is a taxpayer-funded pool of money that covers royal salaries and is different from the Duchy of Cornwall. But that's okay because in 1994, the Queen Mother, as in Queen Elizabeth's mom, put 2/3 of her money in a trust for her great-grandchildren. Eugenie and sister Beatrice were the beneficiaries of this, as well as a trust fund set up from the money her mother, Sarah Ferguson, received from the royal family in her divorce, which is estimated near $4 million. In addition to all this, Eugenie has a full-time job as Associate Director at London Art Gallery Hauser and Wirth, where she pulls in $145,000 a year, and Town & Country estimates her net worth to be around $4.8 million. Number 3. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Though the Sussexes have officially stepped down from their working royal roles in the family, the couple's post-royal lives in America remain a hot topic in Britain, though not always for the right reasons. Either way, they certainly both put in the hours to achieve a lot of money. After 10 years in the Royal Air Force, Prince Harry retired in 2015 to focus on philanthropy. 5 years later, he and wife Meghan Markle formally left the senior royal family and moved to California. When he walked away from his annual royal salary, he was able to lean on his roughly $9 million inheritance from his mom, Princess Diana. "I've got all my mom left me, and without that, we would not be able to do this," he told Oprah. Harry and Meghan also signed production deals worth up to $120 million with mega platforms like Netflix, Spotify, and Apple, with a rumored Netflix reality show on the cards. However, Vanity Fair reported that one of Netflix's shows, an animated series of Markles, was axed due to the streaming giant's financial woes, while the Spotify gig is also on pause according to royal commentator Neil Sean, because the couple are reportedly rethinking their decision to work with the platform after Joe Rogan controversies. Still, they did pull off their Apple TV gig with Oprah, a documentary with a mental health focus titled The Me You Can't See, featuring guests including Lady Gaga and Glenn Close. Forbes also estimated in 2021 that he and wife Meghan Markle had a nest egg of about $5 million, and their net worth including their Montecito house was around $10 million. Number 2. Prince William. According to Business Insider, Prince William and Prince Harry are worth each $25 to $40 million. They both received inheritances from their late mother, which I already mentioned, a lump sum of $14 million when they turned 30, and dividends of $450,000 each year after they turned 25 per Forbes. William used to receive a salary that he in fact donated to charity of $62,000 for his work as an air ambulance pilot before he retired to focus on his duties as a royal. Following Queen Elizabeth II's passing and King Charles' ascent to the throne, it's also thought he'll inherit the Duchy of Cornwall, which has a portfolio of over $1 billion in assets. Number 1. Queen Elizabeth II. Prior to Queen Elizabeth II's passing on September 8, 2022, the late royal's net worth was an estimated $520 million, according to WealthX, a global wealth insights firm. Most of the money came from ownership of Balmoral Castle for $140 million, Scotland and Sandringham House for $65 million in Norfolk, England, which were her own properties, rather than properties of the Crown Estate. The Crown Estate, which is the sovereign's public estate, and includes real estate properties like Buckingham Palace. The Queen did take 15 to 25% of the profits generated from the Crown Estate properties, and collected a salary from the Duchy of Lancaster, which is different from the Crown Estate, and represents a private and independent income reserved for the Duke of Lancaster, aka the Queen. She also had a valuable stamp and jewelry collection, but that is all, and thanks for watching.